Hey Dave, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. How you doing today? Oh, well that's no good. I hope you get to feeling better and be careful with it. Like I say, the flu is nothing to underestimate. Admittedly, I say that because I'm old. But yeah, I hope you feel better soon. No worries. Things are going well here. Pretty busy with work, but that's a standard thing for me and what I do. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the gaming world that I'm trying to keep track of as well. So a lot of stuff going on. And the weather looks like it might have been our last freeze here of the winter, so used up all of my wood for the fireplace, staying toasty this past week and this weekend, and gonna get everything cleaned up and ashes thrown away and get it ready for cleaning and that sort of stuff. So hopefully coming to the end of winter here where I live and moving into spring. I do like Avowed so far. Yeah, I haven't had I had the 3 hours of my personal playthrough. Then I had the 3 hours on the live stream, and I haven't been able to get back to it yet. On Friday, on Thursday, I played Baldur's Gate 3, getting ready for the Saturday live stream. I also downloaded a couple of demos that a friend of mine asked me to take a look at, and I fulfilled the first half of a beta testing contract, and then Friday evening I fulfilled the second half of it. So then Saturday went into the live stream, Last night did the prep work for this, so 3 hours last night on this, and then this morning just kind of woke up and took a break for a little bit, cleaned the house a little bit, and then I'm sitting here for this. So I won't have a whole lot of time to play more of it until this evening, and hopefully then starting after work Monday and Tuesday. I also have another, one of the other games that I play, Elite Dangerous, I've gotten back into a little bit, and that can be a time sink as well. So I'm trying to spend Monday and Tuesday getting more in depth into Avowed. But yes, I really enjoy it so far. I saw that the demo has released, I believe. I don't have, I normally close Steam when I'm getting ready to stream, but I can open it back up here real quick and just make sure that that is correct. So yeah, it looks like the demo is available. I did not play Celesta 1. It's gotten a lot of hype from the various journalism magazines. It's not that I don't trust journalism magazines, I just don't trust any source. There could be a million players out there telling me this is the best thing since sliced bread, and I wouldn't trust any of them until I played it myself. But it has gotten a lot of hype from gaming journalists, and I'm kind of anxious to see what it's about. I just need to play it myself. And that means that I'm going to have to get the demo downloaded, and I'm going to have to spend significant time doing it. I've got so much else going on the gaming side that it's on my list. We kind of talked about it yesterday, and I'm anxious to take a look at it. I just haven't. And I did not play as I said, I did not play the first one. I can't even remember when the first one was. What year that was? I mean, it wasn't all that long ago, I don't think. I think it was only 3 years ago or something like that. Because I remember when it came out. And I remember taking a quick look at it. But it wasn't something I was interested in back then. But this one's gotten, like I say, a lot of positive feedback, or a lot of positive hype so far. So we'll take a look at it and see. But I can't do 4 live streams in a week. So So, sorry everyone, you're not getting a fourth live stream out of me. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dave. I thought it was somewhere 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't think it was that long ago. Because I do remember when it came out, and I remember somebody saying, or one of the articles I read about it, saying that it was very positive rated on Steam. So it was getting a lot of good positive feedback about it. I just didn't have time back then. That was a very strange time in my industry, coming out of the pandemic and still dealing with the end of the pandemic. It was a weird time in my industry, so didn't have a lot of extra time to deal with stuff like that. Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 17 of our Dragon Age the Veilguard Rogue gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, nothing new on admin notes, so jumping right into our recap. At the end of last week's episode, we had finished up the final one of our available companion quests, and we're going to quickly jump back to the lighthouse and just verify that's the case. There may be a conversation quest or something like that from Davrin that we need to make sure we have finished, but we're going to start out today really by jumping back into the main quest line, and there's going to be a lot of combat involved with that. So let's go ahead and jump back in here real quick, and we will, like I say, quickly head back to the lighthouse and see if anybody has anything to say, and if they do, we'll take a look at those quests and see what's available. So we're going to jump back to the lighthouse here. Let's just quickly look and make sure. Okay, so there are new quests available in Docktown. So let's jump to the lighthouse and see if we have anything from a conversation perspective here. Okay, so nobody here, and that's kind of the rule of thumb. You want to, before you do a main quest line quest, you want to always head back to the lighthouse and make sure that you don't have any conversations waiting for you. We do have a quest here in Docktown. So let's just go and check out what this is real quick. Honestly, I can't remember. Okay, so it's over here. Let's go quickly see what this is.
I have a cousin who lives in this part of town. Told me about the Archon's palace attacking the city.
Was your cousin hurt?
No, she was lucky. Her neighbors lost their market stall.
It'll definitely get into a fight down here, but that's a good thing. We can get our momentum back.
We're not alone. Death is too good for us. Stay in cover.
You ain't done it!
No!
They're cutting us down! We got the right side!
Got us from a distance. Snipers! Lucky shot. Fire! Look out! Making our money.
There's somebody left? Oh. Yes, there is.
You don't have to... Oh, never mind.
Got us at a distance. The crows send their regard. Earn your pay. Let's team up.
And you see that I did change my loadout
We're
back.
taking you down.
To the...
Watch behind you.
to the necrosis bow loadout, and that's because of people like this. I can't stand fighting them. I just can't. They annoy the living crap out of me, so...
And now Venatori? What's going on?
Oh, I was outside of that. Okay. Yeah, because of those shield enemies, I can't stand fighting them. I want to be able to load them up with necrosis and let that tick damage work on them.
Let's look around. I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
And now I remember what this quest is.
Thank the Maker. Did you find the others?
What others?
Those mercenaries have abducted people from around Uptown, then sold them to the Venatori. I heard them talk about a warehouse. They could be holding them there.
We'll look into it. The warehouse where we found the darkspawn isn't far from here. I thought the shadow dragons were keeping an eye on it, but let's check, just to be safe.
And yeah, because of all the
Let's
shield-bearing
look around,
enemies,
see
both
what we find.
mercenaries and Venatori, in the upcoming, well, Venatori in the upcoming main storyline, but mercenaries here, it's a good idea, or a good thing that I'm back into this loadout.
Well, that's not good. Sounds like blood magic.
What's going on? What is it? Yep.
Trafficking in people. Vile. We need to stop this.
Get ready.
Because even though they're blocking it,
We need to close
it's still racking up necrosis, see? And that damage can just sit here and tick. Just like that. Okay, so the one last clue is right here.
Low tide beach. Let's go.
Okay, so we know where that is here. Okay, so we're just going to head downstairs and we'll head out. And there's going to be quite a few Venatori on the other side of this here.
Obey and destroy!
There we go. We'll let all that damage tick on the shield bearer there. He should be gone. Get this one.
You'll leave Docktown to us.
We won't let you terrorize these people.
Okay, and that's going to get us an
down.
update for, or an upgrade for the
Always
Defiant
happy to
Plate.
help on a job like this.
The more scattered we make the cult, the better for Darktown.
We'll get you out of there. Hang on.
You all right?
No, but I'm alive and grateful. They were going to take me somewhere. They talked about rituals and risen gods.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. Do you have somewhere to go? Someplace you'll be safe?
I don't know the city.
Go to the docks. Ask for directions to the pawn shop. When you get there, tell them Gallus sent you.
That's going to complete Mercenary Intent, and that's going to lead directly into the main quest line. So again, the cold version, we're not going to be using it. So let's head back to the lighthouse. And we'll be able to head out on the main quest, because they told you about the Venatori kidnapping people for a ritual of some type. And yes, we are ready to go. So that ritual is something that we're going to be learning about here. So let's head to Arlathan Forest. And I think I'm going to take Nev and Lucanus with me again, just because I want to upgrade their bonds. I'll check and see what the bond status is with everyone. So Balara's short. Yeah, Lucanus, Nev, and Tosh. So Balara first, then Lucanus, Nev, and Tosh. So let's get up here.
Finally got the rubble cleared.
And take a look at our party here real quick. So Balara can detonate Sunder, Lucanus can apply it, so that'll be fine. I'll bring Balara along instead of Nev.
Strife, I got a tip there might be trouble here in Arlathan.
You're just in time. We've got a problem.
I was out with a scouting party, and we spotted the Venatori moving into the area.
They're being directed by Elganon or Gillenane. They have to be. The Grey Wardens warned us the gods were heading to Arlathan, but why bring the Venatori?
We don't know. That's where you come in.
Well, that sounds like trouble. How can I help?
Nip it in the bud. Don't let them stir up anything worse.
I'll give you the rough location where we sighted them, but you might have to search beyond that.
They want something, and we need to know what they're up to.
I'll find out what it is.
Feel free to take out as many of them as you can. This is our forest.
Okay, so let's go check the vendor here real quick before we head out.
Get all your god-killing implements.
So if we
right
can sell any valuables to them, it would be a good thing, because they're rather low.
Safe travels.
And then we'll look at the quest marker. It's heading us out here. And we're going to go east across the fallen tree bridge. And we'll be right in that area.
This place makes the back of my eyes hurt.
This was the center of a war between Tevinter magisters and ancient elves. Blood magic everywhere. The magisters
the left here.
destroyed Arlathan City. That kind of magic leaves an impression.
Okay, so we're full momentum, full ultimate.
Venatori, Irilyn was right.
Let's kick him out.
Okay, that was a long reach on that attack. Why don't you just get back, thank you.
That's the last of them.
Good. Now what were they doing out here?
Looks like they set up a camp.
Let's take a look. Not sure what this is. Valora?
It's Dalish. There's a Dalish camp nearby. If the Venatori hit them...
They could be in trouble.
Let's go. Now.
Okay, so we'll head out toward the Dalish camp. Clear. Clear. Okay, should be just a short run down here.
Before. They're always looking for relics. I wonder if that's what
Clear
the
out
gods have
some
been hunting
of
for.
these for some free materials.
More Venatori.
Why was I kind of stuck there? I hit the button.
Looks like we got them all. But this many
Got stuck in a
Venatori and
corner.
Arlathan is just wrong. Never seen it like this.
At least we're headed the right way.
More free materials there.
Delora, there's Venatori ahead.
Galador, stay put. We'll take care of them. Galador, what's happening?
The Venatori are rounding up Dalish. I locked that barrier, but some of them already got through.
Hold on. Rounding up Dalish?
There are more Dalish inside the ruins. There were camps there.
All right. Get back to Strife and Ireland and let them know.
Okay, so there more of
Damn
that
it. Still locked.
kidnapping Dalish, rounding people
Over
up
the door
thing.
there. Symbols.
And here we get the first
Okay,
puzzle, and
let's get it
the way to
unlocked.
do it is pretty simple. You just look over the door and you match up the symbols in order from left to right. So, this one here.
That worked. Keep going.
Well done.
Time to get moving.
And there you go.
Venatori plans are always twisted. They wouldn't come here at random. They want something.
Who says they don't have a reason? We have to get in there.
There they are.
What do you want? Why are you attacking my people?
So I'll just like Necrosis take on both of them.
The job's done.
Not soon enough.
We still don't know what they're doing here. Let's keep looking around.
And again, now you can kind of see what good that bow does against shielded enemies. You don't really even have to fight them. So we're not going to worry about the ultimate momentum gains. We're going to gain that from our perks. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything else here. Let's head around the corner and we'll see if we can find out what they're doing with the Dalish. Okay, nothing this way.
The bridge is out.
The other Veil Jumpers must have shut it down to keep the Venatori out. Has to be a power crystal around here.
And there is, behind the waterfall. We're gonna head back. Didn't want the timer on that thing to run out. So this gets us an upgrade to Storm Needle. And Storm Needle is your critical hit based weapon. And this thing can get really, really good. It's something that at some point we may even consider swapping out of Orine's Talon for. Because we're going to get into a condition where we always crit based upon the perks that we have. And if we're always critting, then the criticals ignoring defense and 30% of the damage is an AoE around it can be really beneficial. But we'll kind of cross that bridge once we get farther into the build. And there's an upgrade for Forest Guardian's Veil, which is your weak point damage, but again, nothing that we're focused on here.
Hear that?
Someone's in trouble. Come on.
Okay, and here we'll drop a save. Whoops. I'll overwrite that one later.
Trouble on the way.
I see them! We have to end this! Leave this camp alone! Come and try! Go through me. These are my people. You leave now? We might let you stay alive. No!
None in return.
Okay, so let's get rid of these executioners. Just one because I can't stand them. So actually, we're not going to pilfer. Guess I'll work on this guy with 1,000 cuts. And I'll get them to detonate him. Have fun up there dying. Thank you. Okay, so let's check out around here real quick. I think that chest... Oh no, this is the one where you can shoot. An upgrade for the Golden Grass Blade, which is defense and advantage based. And that's what we're doing, but we're not going to spend a weapon slot to do it. So I think that's it.
Now let's see what they've done with the Dalish.
And upgrade for the Crown of Leaves, which is your ultimate, and gain full momentum on ultimate activation is really nice, especially for a couple of different types of builds that I've seen built around that, but not something that we're going to focus on. As I say, I didn't think this was one way. Okay, so let's go check down here real quick. And that'll upgrade Dauntless. And this is your electricity damage bow. Yeah, not something that we're going to be using. And this should just lead us down into the other side of that bridge. So this is where we came in. We walked that way and walked up there. This just brings us around to this side. So now we know we've explored all of this. Go ahead back toward the quest marker. And again, we get another one of these door puzzles. Now this one's a little different. You can see that there's one missing.
Hang on.
They're very Skyrim-esque. You look down on the ground and you see it's fallen down here. So our first one is this here. Second one. It's here. Third one on the ground is this. And the fourth one is here.
All right, that did it. Let's see what she has to say.
It's okay, you're safe. I'm a veil jumper. What happened here?
That other veil jumper died making sure I was safe. She sealed the barrier before the Venatori could get me.
What about the rest of the Dalish?
They took everyone. Kidnapped them all.
Why? Where'd they go?
I don't know. Their leader said they need Dalish blood, some sort of sacrifice.
Sacrificed? Why am I not surprised?
This just got a whole lot worse. We need to figure out where the Venatori took them. Let's look around.
If they lay one finger on those prisoners...
Dead Venatori here. Nothing unusual, not much to go on.
So this sounds pretty bad. Kidnapping an entire race of people.
Just some mud here. But it looks like there's some kind of glass here too.
Strange.
Well, doesn't look like the Venatori brought many supplies with them.
They must have a nest close by. We find it. Maybe we find the Dalish.
Wait, the glass we found. There's a crater here in Arlathan.
Over here.
Thousands of years ago, blood magic destroyed that area. All that energy turned the sand to glass.
And we know the Venatori didn't come very far.
They must have taken the Dalish to the crater.
Okay, and Irlin and Strife have showed up.
We got here as fast as we could.
It's bad. They're kidnapping Dalish to sacrifice them.
What?
You're serious?
I wish I wasn't, but the Venatori were brutal. Those Dalish are in trouble.
I can't believe this. Sacrificing our people? Where did they take the prisoners?
The lake. The old crater.
We have to do something.
We'll find them. But it'll take time to put together a rescue party.
Don't take too much time. We need to stop this.
We will.
Okay, and this is going to lead us directly into the next quest in the main quest line. But as always, we're going to check the lighthouse first.
Let's head back to the lighthouse. We'll meet the veil jumpers there.
Okay, so we did level up again. Okay, so it looks like we can unlock our last ability here. Okay, so now we should have unlocked 15% additional damage on our abilities now. We'll take a look at that in a little more in depth here in a little bit, but let's clear out all of the notifications here. And I think that's it. Okay, so let's head back to the lighthouse. Check and see. Okay, so we don't have any quests that we can do yet. Let's see if we have any conversations. Okay, so we've got 4, it looks like. So we'll start with Balara and Nev. I think I know what most of these are, and I think these are mostly conversational types. But we'll see when we get out here. We'll check on our workshop.
The fires are lit.
10,450, so we've got a little bit before we can upgrade it yet.
Tell me about Anaris.
He is the light, the hope of Elvenan, the bringer of...
Tell me about the war against the Evenuris.
Even now, the armies of Anaris wage a glorious war against the...
Tell me about the armies.
The chosen of Elvenan, made pure and stripped of their want to serve the great Anaris.
So demons. He made an army of demons. Damn it, Syrian. What have you done? Oh, Rook.
What are you hoping to find out from the archive?
About Anaris? What would make Syrian work with him? But everything I found out, it just makes it worse. And now Syrian wants to meet, to explain himself.
He's turning people into demons. Our people. Nothing he could say will make that all right.
Damn it, Rook. I know. Talking to him again, knowing what I know, it's hard. Beyond hard. And that's if this isn't all a big trap.
Listen to your gut. Would he really try to lure you into a trap?
I would have said no before all of this. The Syrian I know cared. Loved his people more than anything. He kept me grounded. Focused. Made sure I was okay. And I took care of him. Protected him because I loved my little brother. And I owed him. But what he is now, who he is now, I don't know. I'd hoped the archive would make it easy. Tell me it was a misunderstanding. But Anaris is evil, full stop. And if my brother's working with him...
Syrian must be working with him for a reason.
I'd like to believe that. It'd make this easier. When I thought he died, it almost broke me. I don't know if I can do that again.
So what are you going to do?
Meet with him.
Are you okay with that?
No, but I need to talk to him. Convince him he's wrong.
And if that doesn't work?
Will you come with me?
Of course.
Thanks, Rook. Really. Just tell me when you're ready.
And that's just going to be a conversational quest for Hummingbird's Lament. So we'll go out and talk to Nev.
There's something I need to do back home.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just chasing Aelia. It brings a lot up. If you're around, maybe. I'd take the company.
Sure thing, Nev.
And same with that one. We'll keep a light on. And then we'll hit Lucanus, and then Davrin. Davrin is a bit of a chatty Cathy here in between these two, so I think there's 2 conversations that I have to have with him at separate times.
Good, you're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago. Katerina is alive.
What? How?
Zara's carcass told the truth. Ilario didn't arrange Katerina's death because he spirited her away. Katerina has been a prisoner in her own villa, with Ilario as her keeper.
What matters is that she's alive, and we know where she is. So let's go get her.
Ilario is making his move. He's hosting the Talons of the Crows at Via della Morte. All of them.
Poor Viago. He hates big social gatherings.
Therre will be thrilled, though.
Oh, of course. Any excuse to break out her formal knives.
We have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him and Elganon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
It'll be slow going through Treviso.
Not for us. We're going by water, and Spite is keen to get this done.
Then let's make this a night to remember.
That is definitely not a conversation quest, and we're going to save that till the last for a Murder of Crows. It's actually a really fun quest to do.
Hey, Rook. Have time for something outside the lighthouse? I was going to head to Arlathan with the sun. See a real sky again. You're welcome to join us.
And that one is going to be just a conversational quest. So let's look at our journal real quick. And we'll just get these knocked out before we go into a Murder of Crows and then into Grim Bonds. So we'll just go talk with Nev first.
The Minrathous Wall of Light.
These lights, they're to remember the dead?
Unless the family lacks mages to keep them lit, or the money for one, then you're left in the dark to Ventir subtlety. This was Brahms.
Rana's old partner.
His light was out when I got here. I should have been back sooner.
You're here now. That counts.
Not till I finish this. I'm stopping Aelia.
Looks like we had the same idea.
Rana.
He read serials between assignments. Romance. The last one ended on a cliffhanger. He was sure he knew the ending. I never checked if he was right.
I'm sure you could find the final chapters.
I know. I'm not sure I want to.
Pretending it ends well. We can give him that.
You're not the only one chasing Alia. I've tracked some of her followers. They aren't quick to talk. Most said I'd be saved soon. But I did get the name of a place. Sanctum Lucican.
Rana, that's great.
There's a catch.
It's an old temple. A lost one. If there's a record of its location, I can't find it.
It's more than we had. I can track this down.
And you'll tell me? Look, I know who else you work with, what they might suggest, but what are you going to do?
The best I can.
Right. Docktown will see...
What, Rana? Magisters who look the other way? Bribed Templars, Venatori who walk?
They see you.
Is that all? What will that mean?
Brom's light. Thanks.
I do what I can.
Okay, and that's going to complete keep the light on.
So, you and...
Now we'll head to Arlathan Forest, and we've got 2 here to do. So we'll do Davrin's first. And for this one, you need to go back east first and come back through the gate.
Watch ahead. Left!
Didn't see them. Wow, my timing.
Keep up the fight.
Knew you could do it, Rook. We're getting good at this.
I love Palate sayings. They're so childlike every once in a while. Okay, so we'll head up this way.
So, you and Rook?
Do I want to know where this is going?
It's not going anywhere. I mean, I don't mean your relationship's not going anywhere. I mean me, my question.
Right.
It's just nice. And you can solve cases together.
We could do that before.
But now, it's romantic.
Okay, so we'll start this conversation here.
A picnic, huh? Not how I pictured hanging out with a monster hunter.
Evka and Antoine's doing. They told me after all the Wardens have been through, and what's ahead, I should take a break.
I'm surprised you actually listened.
You know how sad Antoine can look?
So, what did you pack for the picnic?
Emmerich helped me brew a ginger wort truffle tea. I thought we'd see what all the fuss is about.
An adventure in a teapot.
More like a rediscovery. Apparently it's an old recipe.
Well then, to your health.
Cheers. That's not bad.
It's Gingery, but also garlic? Hints of mushroom, something else. Well, I've never eaten a worm, but, well, yeah, it is a little earthy. Wait, what? There! Davrin!
What?
Hassan just talked to me.
Huh? What did he say?
No, not that. What you said before.
Emmerich said ginger wort might have some kind of magical properties.
More than might.
Maybe it affects some people more than others. You all right, Rook?
Worms to you too, Hassan.
Worms?
You wouldn't get it. It's between me and Hassan.
You want to dig some up for him? Be my guest.
I'll skip that. Thanks for getting me out of the lighthouse, Davrin. And with good company.
Hey, so an interesting and fun conversation with Davrin and now Hassan as well. And now we will pick up Hummingbird's Lament. And for this one, again, back east and across the fallen tree.
Valora, you came. I am surprised.
I almost didn't. With everything that happened, I didn't want to. But you're my brother. Still. Even with all of that. Did you come? Alone?
Yes. Though you didn't.
Not after what happened to Hamuel, to Ynarl, the others.
The ritual should have granted them purity. Strength. That it did not. That is my failure. I was not worthy. I will do better. I must do better. For Inaris. For our people.
The people Inaris killed and turned into demons with that ritual.
He's willing to do whatever he must to save us. To make the hard choices. The Evanuris. Soulless. They would sacrifice us to their ends.
He's a warlord. That's all he is, all he ever was.
So said the Evanuris. But the victors write the histories. He fought to make our people great. And the Evanuris fought to keep them in fetters. He showed me the world as it once was, as it could be again.
And you believe him? Even after people were turned into demons?
He's controlling you, influencing you through the mask. His thoughts are a disease, and you're suffering from it.
My thoughts remain my own, Balara. Why can you not accept that I chose this willingly? Through this mask, I feel what he feels. When he thinks of our people rising once more, have you ever felt the warmth of a god's happiness or the cold bite of their fear?
What is it he's afraid of, then?
I'm not sure, but it haunts him, consumes his thoughts. I must help him. Help us to face whatever it is.
So he hasn't told you what it is he's afraid of?
No, but no doubt he keeps it from me for good reason.
More people will die if you keep helping him.
More of our people, Syrian. You have to see that. This isn't you. Not the real you. You were my anchor, Syrian. You kept me grounded. When my thoughts lied to me, you always told me the same thing. Do you remember? Trust your heart, Vorashivan. It's a good heart, and it'll never lie to you. So why won't you trust it now?
I must do what I must.
Me too.
We're gonna have to stop them. Him.
I know. Come on. You've got work to do.
Okay, so Balara is now being confronted by what her brother has become. She still has hope for him, but that hope is dimming out more and more every time. He's going to have a conversation waiting for us. That upgrades her keepsake for critical ability hits. The ability cooldowns are better for her. And we're going to head back to the lighthouse. I don't think we're going to have any more quests waiting for us anywhere. Let's head to the lighthouse. I'm pretty sure we have a conversation with her waiting for us. Yes, we do. And again, like I said with Davrin, he's a bit of a chatty Cathy in between these two, so we'll have to go talk to him again as well.
Oh, hey, Rook.
What are you working on?
Oh, it's part of that artifact, you know, from the ritual. I wanted to see how they did what they did, what it meant. Tried asking that thing, it won't tell me.
The knowledge of the great Anaris is...
A theme! Least I figured that out. How to make it go away, I mean. Damn it! We were getting through to Syrian. He almost listened.
He was listening to you, Balara, because you're his sister.
He was my brother. My only brother. And just for a moment, he was my brother again. Then he wasn't. Then he was a person I might need to... I don't think I can, Rook. Do that.
This stuff's never easy. And it never should be. You become Anaris when the hard choices don't hurt anymore.
I want to believe, to hope, that it won't come to that. And that we get through to him, somehow.
I really hope you're right.
Well, either way, we'll be able to find them.
How?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Right. The artifact. Couldn't figure out how it did it. Made those demons, I mean. But I attuned its resonance, and I'll know where they are next time, before they finish. So we can stop them. However we have to.
We'll save your brother, Balara.
I hope you're right. I really do. But if we don't... Anyway, I should get back. To work, I mean. I don't think we have much time.
Okay, so now we'll head over and talk to Davrin.
Rook, up for a quick trip? I figured it'd be good to check in with Epka. See how the Wardens are doing.
And that's going to bring up Hope on a Wing, and we'll just go take care of that real quick. Before we head to a murder of crows.
Okay, let's run some more practice.
Rook. Evka, any word out of the deep roads?
Not yet. We're kicking at rocks looking for Isaiah. Anyone who knows anything about...
Griffins? Aerials of the Grey Wardens? They went extinct during the Exalted Age.
Hassan says hello.
That sounded more like he's hungry.
Just his way of saying he likes you.
Or he'd like you to feed him.
Can I ride him?
Let's give him a few years to grow. How's his training, Davrin?
Better than I hoped. We're starting to see eye to eye. Hoping it'll make it easier with his brothers and sisters when we find them.
There's more?
A whole family?
Can't wait to have them with us. After Weishaupt, the Wardens need hope. Something real, something... pure. Having the Griffins at our side would be like old friends coming home.
They weren't always treated like friends.
I know. What Isaiah did won't be forgotten.
What happened?
Let's just say the Wardens didn't always take good care of them.
A mistake will never repeat. Hassan and the others will be treated like respected warriors. We'll rebuild together.
It's good to hear you say that. They deserve better this time around.
After Weishaupt, everyone gets a fresh start.
I can help raise them. And my dad can forge Griffin armor.
Hear that, Hassan? You'll always have a home with us. Let me know how it goes finding the rest of the flock, or pride, or...
How about Feather Brigade? We'll stay in touch.
So some more insight into the Griffins and their relationship with the Wardens. Okay, so now we're going to go do the Murder of Crows. Now, a Murder of Crows is Lucanus's Hero of the Veilguard quest, and you are normally presented with a choice at the end of this, just like we were with Harding. However, we are not going to be presented with a choice. This companion quest, just like Nev's companion quest, depending upon which choice you made as to which city you were going to save, it auto-determines the choice that is made here. Meaning we are not going to be able to select between two options. We are already locked into his Hero of the Veilguard choice. And we'll see that when we get to the end of this. So let's go head over to Treviso. We're going to take, obviously, Lucanus along with us. We'll take Nev. Actually, we'll take Balara. She can detonate Sundered as well.
Good. We're past the Blight and no one heard our gondola. Where to now?
We go under the bridge.
We aren't going in through a sewer, are we?
No sewers in Treviso. The streets are barely above water as it is. There's a hidden escape route. That's our way inside.
Okay, so sneaking into Treviso. Pretty cool.
Your house has a secret escape route, and Ilario didn't post a guard on it?
Ilario doesn't know it's here.
Why not?
Katarina didn't even tell me about it. I found it playing here alone as a boy.
What the?
He let them into the house. Now we'll have to get the whole thing cleaned.
I do love just letting them sit there and tick down. Again, since we are going to be dealing with a lot of Venatori here, another reason that I made the change in my loadout. And again, all of this heartwood. We'll take it all. Now this place can get a little confusing with the verticality of it all. So, kinda try and take your time going through it, do it systematically.
What would possibly be? He should have been back by now.
And you should be alright.
Kill them for the glory of Arlathan.
Bye-bye.
He mentioned an old woman?
Katerina.
Katerina must be a difficult prisoner.
And here we are. Welcome to Villa de la Morte.
Ooh, no wonder Ilario wants to inherit.
Home? Smells like dust and linseed oil. Don't say that when Katerina is in earshot.
Okay, so an upgrade to the covert leathers for Lucanus. We're not gonna add this in. We like our necrotic damage here. And now here's what I say about things getting a little confusing. Okay, so you get into this main hall and you have that room there. Nothing here, but then we've got two stairwells on each side and this way in the middle. So we're gonna take the left stairwell first.
Who goes there?
The last person you will ever see.
Can't handle fighting
Done. Where are they next?
Okay, so now we've cleared out the left stairwell. You can't get up there yet. We will be going up there, though. Now we'll deal with the right stairwell.
Hey!
They've made themselves comfortable, but we'll get them out.
And there's a door up here. And this is going to lead you onto the balcony. Or another memento. Okay, so now the right side stair was cleaned out. Now we can head down through the center. And
you
in
lived
here, you
here?
get the left
Ilario and I both did.
and the
Until we
right.
were
We've got a
18.
door over here we
What
can go
about your
through.
parents?
Killed by a rival house. We would have ended up with Katerina anyway.
So we'll go to
Train.
the right first.
Watch your head.
You hold.
We need to close in.
Hitting us from range.
Get clear.
No Venatori leave this house alive.
Okay, so we finished off this side here. Okay, and that's an upgrade for Butcher's Screw. So this is what we're going to now change to. So attack my target applies vulnerability to necrotic damage, and vulnerability damage is increased by 50%. This is going to be huge for us because we're going to start out every one of the fights by having Lucanus attack a target, especially the boss, and then we can go after them with the extra necrotic damage. We waited until now to get it because of the benefit that detonations gave, but now we're not going to be focused on detonations with Lucanus nearly as much. So while I was talking, let's make sure we're going to go upstairs first. Ah. Okay, and then we're going to head through the passageway down here. Okay, so it wants us to go to the right. We're going to go to the left first. Okay, and you can see where this now brings us back out. That door was previously closed and locked and we couldn't get through it.
Trouble ahead.
Intruder! First the blight comes to my city, and now you want my house? Good work, Ruben. Well done!
Okay, and if you're reading all of this, you're starting to see that what's really behind a lot of this is that the whole demon possession has driven Ilario really, really angry.
What was it like? Training
He doesn't
under the first
want...
talent.
What was your training like?
Torture.
There you go.
But you don't resent her.
Not anymore.
He doesn't like a demon-possessed individual taking over House Della Morte.
Hey!
They're close.
I do like one-shotting the Venatori mages. Okay, and this leads us out onto the center balcony with the chest. Okay, so the Corvid Calling Mask is your light attack damage. We're sticking with the necrotic weapon damage and double damage versus necrosis. And that should be all of the chests that we found so far opened up. So this is out in Treviso. We don't have access to that one yet.
The family rooms are up ahead. First her, and then we find what we seek.
So again, the other side of the main central balcony, which we saw from down below.
The power of the gods themselves is at our command, and we're thwarted by a door.
So I'm gonna pre-fire this one.
Ready when you are. The door's been barred from the inside.
So we bust down the door and get attacked, probably?
Which is why I'll go first.
Caterina. Lucanis. My poor boy.
We'll escort you someplace safe before we go after Ilario.
You'll do no such thing. There's no time for heroic nonsense.
Heroic nonsense saved your grandson and is rescuing you now. I won't let Ilario do more damage.
Go! I'll meet you in the opera house.
I hope she can keep herself safe.
Welcome to House de la Morte, Rook.
Okay, so now we've rescued Katerina, and the showdown is at the Opera House. Okay, so let's go head out there through the balcony.
Do you have a plan to deal with Ilario?
And it is a very
Lucanis.
pretty view
I'm
here.
working on it. The traitor deserves no mercy.
So Spite, you can hear what Spite wants. Spite wants to give no mercy to Ilario. The choice has been already made, though. Like I said, we're not going to have an opportunity to make one, so. And the Opera House is a cool looking spot.
This is it. Get ready.
You have a plan now,
I think
right?
we're full.
Knives
We
are
are.
involved.
Caterina's death was a tragedy. But to get Lucanis back from the dead, only to lose him to a demon. For me, it is a deep, personal loss. And so, I take the mantle of First Talon with a heavy heart. But the crows could rise from the ashes. With our new allies, the Venatori, we could reclaim Antiva.
Over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
You cannot overpower us both. Now you fall.
What a wonderful cutscene. I love everything about that. We're going to drop a save here. We'll actually overwrite this one.
Venatori, to we honor your alliance. Now, the demon of Violentium is here. You should have stayed dead, Lucanis. All of this is on your head.
You started this. I meant it.
Beat that, traitor!
Next time, use your own knife.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Look at you, Lucanis. An abomination. You used to be somebody. And you never were.
Hold back. Leave Ilario to me.
You're in for a surprise, Ilario.
Say the word.
He is never letting me let this down.
Save until from the out now. You're just standing in my way. I know the kinds of deals you can make with people. What are you waiting for, cousin? Finish what you start. I already did. What am I ever going to do that is worse than this? On your knees, in front of every house.
Get up, Ilario.
Caterina, fake the making.
No one from House de la Morte kneels.
Mierda. What am I supposed to do with this idiot?
He tried to kill you and got you imprisoned. And kidnapped the first Talon. And made a deal with the Venatori.
Too much to forgive. But he's still all I've got. Viago,
Lock him up. You think you can put me away? That is not your decision, is it? Caterina is still first Talon.
Enough, Ilario. Lucanes is first Talon now. His decision stands.
You're lucky he didn't cut your throat.
Welcome home, my boy.
A toast to the new first Talon.
To Lucanes!
Shall we make a discreet exit?
I'm ready. But are you sure? They're celebrating you.
I have other plans for the evening.
Really? You came all the way back here for coffee? The stuff in your villa wasn't good enough?
It's better if I make it myself. And I wanted some quiet.
So, first Talon of the Crows, huh? Does that mean you'll be leaving us?
No. We have a contract. Besides, she may have stepped down, but there's no stopping Caterina from giving all the orders. I still cannot believe she did that.
Are you holding up okay? After, you know, Ilario and your grandmother and everything?
I wouldn't call it okay, exactly. Fucking Ilario.
Do you regret putting him in prison?
No, not with Treviso in such chaos. The last thing I need is my full cousin causing more. Let Ilario sit and think on his mistakes. It may do him good.
I was surprised you spared him at all, really.
So was I. But I don't have a lot to lose. What there is, Ilario, Caterina. This team. I'm not giving that up.
His mastery. Abundance.
Venatori are gathering deep in the forest. They've brought the Dalish with them. Not long till the sacrifices start, then.
We did kill Gilnean's archdemon. The gods will want more power, and fast.
Regaining strength by draining other elves. We're supposed to be their people.
Maybe that's why it's elves?
That makes it worse.
Right. But that's who the gods are. Who they've always been.
You know the gods best, Rook. The Veiljumpers are ready. Just give the word.
I'll go get Nev. She deals with Venatori the most.
Good point. We know where the Dalish are, and we know what we have to do. Let's do it.
Then we ride, and pray that fate is on our side.
Well?
They're waiting for something. There's talk of a sacrifice.
Do they mean the clan? They mean the clan, don't they?
Well, the tracks suggest the captives are on the other side of the clearing. You'll have to go through the crowd.
They're gathering to watch people be killed.
It's the Venatori. Spilling blood is their religion.
And we won't let that happen.
We're going through them. Won't they notice?
Not if you look like them. I found you some disguises.
Oh,
Hey,
that doesn't
Daniel, are you
smell
able to hear
good.
me?
Oh, it's sticky. Why is it sticky?
Blood. Hopefully. Make sure you split up. You don't want to draw attention.
Nev, I need you with me. You know the Venatori best. And you're probably the only one who can convince them you belong there.
I'm all yours.
And we'll be your entourage.
I'll go with the Veil Jumpers.
We'll try to keep the escape routes clear. Get the Dalish and get out of there. And please, try not to stand out.
So, sorry about that. I don't know. I thought I had that fixed. Sometimes OBS just turns my mic input off for some reason, and I have no idea why. I thought I read something online and I made a change that supposedly fixed it. I think it's because the noise level goes too high, and once it gets to a high level to prevent distortion or something, it automatically cuts the mic off, but I thought I fixed that. I guess I didn't, so I'll keep an eye on it. If it seems like I haven't talked in a while, then please, Daniel, just like you did here, or somebody in chat, drop me a chat and let me know. I keep OBS active. It's over on another monitor off to the side, but the icon that shows it's out is really small, so I apologize for that. I'll work to try and get it fixed, but if you notice that I'm not talking, then just like Daniel did, please let me know, and I'll take a look. Again, I apologize for that.
And the others?
They'll be close, but it's safer to move in small groups.
Now, this section of the quest, you cannot bring out your weapons. So I'm hitting left mouse right now. You can't attack, you can't do anything. All you're able to do is move around.
I thought I saw someone in the trees. Strife and the Veil Jumpers.
Good.
Okay, now there is something that we can explore here. And for you aesthetics people, there is a really good cosmetic in there, Death Disciple. Again, look how cool it all looks. Just like with all BioWare games, whenever you land somewhere, immediately turn around and look behind you. It's just a thing that their coders like to do. Okay, and there is an upgrade for the Glory Hunter's bow. Again, this is a ranged weapon type of build, which we don't really focus on that much to deal our damage. We're again gonna go look around a little bit.
This robe stinks of Venatori.
We'll wear them as long as we don't have to fight.
Back up here, and again, since we can't bring our weapons out, then we can't dodge, we can't do anything like that. So breaking barrels and things like that, so you can't dodge.
the Dalish deer.
Hala. They're going after Hala.
We can't do anything that'll draw attention to ourselves.
Then heed us. Rook, we don't have to watch this. It won't be pretty.
So that's who the Venatori are, if you needed any refresher. Again, always look behind you as soon as you drop down. And that gets us an upgrade to Focus of the Veil, or it gets us Focus of the Veil. This is your electricity-based ring. Electricity is a really hefty build here if you can get the components. You normally don't get them all until much later on in the game, like here. And that ring's not even upgraded yet. But it can be really nice. And there is another unlock for the jumper's def leathers. So again, your bow attacking build.
Exciting times, my friend.
For the glory of
And I don't think there's anything over on that side.
Is this elf your servant, my lady?
Dumat's teeth. Must I defend my entourage to every low-paid toady out here?
I'm sorry, my lady. I was given instruction to...
Tell someone who gives a damn. Why am I still waiting? Where are the gods? When does the ritual start?
Gods? But only the Lord Elgarnon is here, and he is still preparing.
Useless. Out of my way. It's Elgarnon, not Gillenane, like we expected.
That was impressive.
They expect strength and power from someone like me.
A mage.
A human mage. Show them what they expect, and you don't get questions. But as I was saying, Gillenane's not here. It's just Elgarnon.
Elgarnon might be here, but he doesn't know we are.
He'll figure it out once the prisoners are gone.
We'll worry about that when we have to.
Then let's keep moving for now.
Okay, so we'll keep making our way through here. And we'll explore a little on the way. And then we're going to get to the cutscene.
Dear child, you were born into obscurity. Sorrow etched on your bones. I see you. I feel your pain.
He's making promises, tempting me.
All I want from you is a blade in your heart.
For hundreds of years you have mourned the loss of your dragon gods. From beyond the veil, I heard your lament, and have come to deliver you from desolation. Dragon of night, I break your chains. Hear my voice and ride. is called Lucicon, and I have returned.
The Archdemon is already fueling him.
Child of my children, I will shower you with the glory of the ancients. All you must do is obey me, worship me, love me, and kneel.
I know this magic. It's old and dangerous. It's too strong, I can't break it.
We've got this.
And trying to conceal us. He'll know someone broke his hold.
Valara bought us some time, but we have to go. Now.
Okay, and now it's time to fight our way out of here.
Venatori, there are uninvited guests among you. Bring them to me.
He's sending the cult after us.
Elgarnon is within my reach. Give me the dagger.
No. We can't touch it now that his Archdemon's in play. I won't risk Dalish lives.
Oh, the Archdemon. Big. And you know we're gonna end up in a fight with it.
Kill the ungodly. Get ready.
They know we're here.
So again, I'm gonna try and get max momentum here.
The gods will have you.
Our death kills you.
Okay, so there's max momentum, and now I shouldn't be using arrows. So I'm just going to start spamming them. So, yeah, now you can see kind of where things are starting to go. As long as I have max momentum, I am not going to be using arrows, and I can just spam necrosis. And again, it doesn't matter if he blocks it or not. I can still spam necrosis. So again, that's why I changed my loadout for this. It's because of all of the shield bearers and that sort of stuff, which are such a pain to deal with. I can now just stand back, spam unlimited arrows with necrosis, and be perfectly fine.
Look there. The Archdemon.
Yeah. So maybe we avoid its attention?
Get back! You're alive!
Arrows in enclosed spaces aren't good though, because it takes you time to recover. To put away your bow before you can block or dodge.
We're in the clear.
That is a really cool shot there, though. I think that one you get from up. I think you get it from farther along. I don't think you get it from here yet. I think we're gonna go up here and turn right. Yeah.
I want the interlopers at my feet. Your continued failure is a disappointment to your god.
Keep riling them up. They won't back down now.
What happens when they don't give him what he wants?
And we will be using our momentum, but we'll use it in the final fight after we've used our arrows to stack up max necrosis stacks in the boss fight. Then we'll build it up again, using melee attacks, spam max necrosis stacks, and do it again.
And now Darkspawn?
Of course. Why wouldn't the Venatori bring their new friends on a wall?
They crumble! Four! Stay in cover!
Well, look at that.
On your left!
That's my kind of trouble. Made it through that one.
Okay, so we took some hits there, so we lost a bit of momentum, but not a big deal. So I think this, we all have to come back to this. I think up here is the way we progress through this.
Got company.
Now we're max momentum again. Oh, he's blighted. So we're not going to be able to stack up necrosis on blight touched enemies. They're invulnerable. But we can still spam arrows. And that's going to upgrade Focal
Gillenane
Blade.
lost.
Focal Blade is again your electricity damage, and applying shock on final attacks is where that build really starts to come
Sir
alive.
Dragon might make Elganon
But again,
more
you've
cautious.
seen how far we are into this before we get to that point. And the Exacting Shard. Now, Exacting Shard we're going to change over to. So we've already got Precious Decay, and right now Exacting Shard, I mean, is upgraded now. So got us 25% necrotic ability damage while it's active, which it certainly is going to be all the time.
They're close.
Again, I'm just going to spam Necrosis out here.
We die for the gods.
Well executed! That was magic. Everyone all right?
Okay, so up here. Yeah, we can't bring this ladder down. Doesn't matter though. But we'll start knocking out crystals. We'll leave that one for now. And we got the Heartwood up here. And then that one we already killed from down below. There would be a crystal in there, and if you didn't get it from below, you can shoot through here and get it. An upgrade for Hollow's Grace, which is quickened after every 5th ability use. This, I think, is probably an under leveled or under strength item. After every 5th ability use, that's quite a bit. I think it should be after every 2nd or maybe every 3rd ability use to make it more useful, but I'm not the developer. I'm going to drop a save. Actually, what save number does it? We've used 74, so this needs to be 75.
Dalish arrows. Strife and the other Veil jumpers were here.
That'll take some of the pressure off. We have to use this chance to get to the prisoners.
So we do have some backup, and we're going to see more of that backup up here.
Over there! That cage. I think that's where the Dalish are being held.
Let's get this done.
Okay, now here it doesn't matter which way you go, you end up in the same place eventually.
You, intruder, have defiled my temple and spurned the gifts I offer. You could have had a place of honor as my disciple.
So we're going to explore both sides. We're just going to come up to this side first. And before we go out here, we'll head to the other side. Okay, the upper area here is not much.
This way! We have to be quick, before the Venatori catch up.
And then there's nothing up here. This is the way that we could have come down from the other side. There is 50% momentum down here, so if you don't have full momentum, this is the place to get it. Before you get into this, because this is where our main fight is. And it's going to be mainly Venatori to start. We're going to have some darkspawn that are going to come in, and then we're going to have to deal with this thing that's in the middle, which has a very ominous name.
We're not alone. Do not let them through. Send for reinforcements.
Now you can see that the Venatori are immune. Clear out some of these barrels.
Through the gate.
So that you're not trying to dodge them during the fight.
Damn it! Shut tight, and the locking mechanism is on the other side.
So you're saying we're stuck?
There has to be another way out. Shit!
Can we be of assistance?
We're stuck! Gate's shut and we can't open it from here.
Right. Be careful. You've more Venatori on the way.
I'll get ahead.
Venatori. Don't worry.
How's it looking?
Needlessly intricate. Give us just a moment.
We're close to getting this thing open. We're on it. There's an entire Venatori army coming for us.
We're going as quickly as possible. So far.
Some gift to Arlathan.
They're at range. Aren't you on to watch?
That should speed things up.
You say I got to forget about that guy on my right who attacked me because I knew that the necrosis was going to kill him.
Still no luck? Really? Are you sure you can open this?
Hang on.
What's that thing?
It's the Blood Forge. So again, I'm gonna stack up max necrosis here. And I do not care. I'm just going to circle around here.
We need to close these.
Max necrosis stacks on him.
Nice work. Still standing, not bad.
Easy enough.
Come on.
Well, that's good.
We'll clear the exits while you find the Dalish. Best of luck!
Okay, so we'll head here and just check. I don't think there's anything up here, though. They're not. This is where our companions were. Okay, now this area is interesting.
Your fight is futile. My Venatori
gate's gonna close behind you.
Surrender, and I may yet show mercy.
Okay. So there are a few areas that we can go look at. And there's one really stupidly tricky thing in here as well. That's that chest that you see on the map above us. Okay. Here it says, found a passage that took me to the top of the structure. Incredible view, will need to spend more time exploring. That's the only clue you get, in that there is some way to get up there. Okay, you just have to find out what it is. And like I say, this took me a while. I don't tend to read guides about these things, so this took me a while. So hopefully watching this, y'all will see it. This is not what I'm talking about. This is a relatively easy thing to find. Okay, that is not the chest that you're looking for. It does get you a new theme, though. The heavy Navaran theme. What you're looking for is, if you look up here at the ceiling, you see there's all these holes in the ceiling. Okay, you don't want to go into the smoke. Once you go into the smoke, you cannot come back. But if you look up there, that is a ladder that you can shoot. You just have to be correctly positioned to be able to bring it down. So just look for this pile of stone here, and that will clue you in as to where the ladder is. It's incredibly hard to see it and find it. This is the upgrade for the Enlightened Helm. So again, a lot of your shocked stuff, and this still isn't even fully upgraded, a lot of your shock stuff is not going to come in until very, very late in the gameplay. Okay, and now that you've gone up there and you've gotten it, now you can head this way. This is a point of no return. You cannot get back once you head into the fog.
Wait, this feels off.
What just happened? Where are we?
I'm not sure.
Okay, now it doesn't matter. You've got 3 routes here. It does not matter which way you take. You're not going to be able to progress through any of this, so just take the routes.
We need to find a path through. We still need to think of the Dalish.
Go whichever way you want.
So
He'll start talking to you, and you'll reach a cloud barrier, a fog barrier, and when you do, it will send you right back to the start.
Purpose.
Again?
It's Elganon. He's found us.
And he's got us trapped. The longer we stay here, the more danger we're in.
Shit. There's blight here. There wasn't blight before.
You cannot stand against me. Every action of yours is futile. My power grows even now.
Oh, come on!
You are nothing but an insect. Resist if you like. I have an eternity to spare.
The Dalish need help, and we're losing precious time going around in circles.
Do we know the Dalish is still alright? What if Elganon sends Venatori to...
One thing at a time. Let's focus on getting out.
Interesting. I've never actually run into a dead end before. Oh, it's not a dead end. It just looks like it. There's the fog. I was like, wait a minute. There's not supposed to be a dead end in here.
Rook, can you hear me?
Solus?
Something's wrong.
I thought I just heard Solus.
You are correct. Elganon's magic has thinned the veil, allowing me to speak to you directly.
Solus, we need your help.
Then I am pleased that for once, I can offer some assistance. If you can rescue the elves, Elganon is mine to face.
What do you mean?
Elganon! Lethalin! Ma banal avanuris! Masalin Algalana!
I see what you mean. Let's keep moving. Solus is gonna distract Elganon.
And this is going to open up a passage in front of you that will lead you out.
Venatori, you have no power here.
Whoever that is sure got his attention.
As long as it keeps him off us.
So, the Dread Wolf has arrived to defend his pawn.
Your cruelty forced my hand.
100 generations and still the same refrain.
Again you have caged our people, and again I will set them free.
But you are always stubborn, Fen-Harel. Insubordinate, unmanageable, even by Mythal's reckoning.
You have lost the right to speak her name.
Avalas man, Shevgar Fen-Harel.
Okay, so again, stacking it up.
The only reason Mythal joined you was that she knew the monster you would become if left unchecked. She thought to temper your protege-ego. Instead, you betrayed her, murdered her.
Only the first time, Dread Wolf.
Are you all right? I can hear them in my head.
We've got company.
On the line!
Your struggle is pointless, and your faith in the Dread Wolf is misplaced. Give up. Save yourself. Save your friends.
I can see the way through. I think Solus's distraction is working.
And that should bring you out of the
I
trap.
think this is it. I think we're through.
And what I mean is that that's where you
need to
came
be.
from.
With luck, you can still save the elves.
But there's no way to get back there. There's a huge chasm in between you and back there, and there's no path back there. So an upgrade for Veil's Edge, which is again your long-ranged arrow shooting type of build based around weak points. And again, you cannot jump off of here. There's an invisible wall here. It doesn't let you go back. So make sure you get that chest at the top of that structure before you come in here.
Kill the ungodly.
And there, the Dalish.
Break the crystal, let's go.
Stop them! Must not release the Dalish!
The cruelty is nothing new. But what has happened?
So that shield bearer should be gone by now.
Blight has left you blunt, slow, a monster, not a mastermind. You used to be a challenging opponent.
You saw me as an opponent. To me, you were an irritation, a
Okay, now these are immune.
ceaselessly.
So now we need to
I
get
must
rid
speak to you
of...
in this tongue. It seems Elwyn is beyond your grasp.
As much as freedom is beyond yours.
Oh, the range on that thing. You're out of your mind.
Sorry, that's very loud.
Good one, Rook.
So we threw that final attack at me from across the map. So I'll have to spend some time getting my momentum back, but not very much.
Kill them! We cannot bear Lord Elganon.
Once the Blight is free, it will rule this world, and you will be its attack dog. You will burn this world at its command, as Andrul did in yours. You will leave only ruin behind you. This world is ruined already. Your veil destroyed it.
Oh, come on.
You could heal it. You have the strength to repair the damage without using the Blight.
Alright. So now we should be able to spam malicious this thing.
The Blight is my blade, and it will take more than your tricks to get me to lay it down.
Your whining comes from envy, Fen'Harel, but it does not have to be so. There is a place for you at my side in a new, glorious empire.
But it will not have Alluvians, will it? Junei built them, now he is dead. Our great cities came from Silays, our deepest mysteries from Dirthaman.
I will restore it all. Their achievements will not be lost.
Make sure we're full health.
You were a bully. You ruled over what others had built, and now the others are gone.
Look at all those
Who
advantages.
do you have left? Gillenane? You cannot rebuild the world by stitching together monsters.
Please.
And that'll be the Explorer suit. So again, the Explorer suit is now your electricity-based armor, and again, you don't even start to get it until you're at, I think this is chapter 9 or chapter 10.
You saved us.
Time to get out of here.
I can guide you to one of my old hideouts. You can use it to make your escape. The wards still in place there will shield you all from Elganon's sight.
Solus, thank you.
Let's go! Let's go! Run! Run!
It's tough being a Venatori. It was their duty to secure the sacrifices. It was their duty to ensure the ritual went perfectly. But despite all their efforts, Elganon was disappointed. The cult would do anything to please their gods. The cult would give anything to atone. Anything. It really is tough being a Venatori.
Okay, so it didn't turn out well for them. Some of them have been sacrificed.
We'd lost all hope, and then...
And then you swooped in out of nowhere to save us.
He would have killed us to feed his dragon.
Indeed. Masaranis, Nethalon.
It was a team effort.
It often is. Some fights can't be won alone. Celebrate the victories as they come. They're rare enough.
And tomorrow, we'll have to deal with another archdemon.
And it will have regained its strength. Elganon sacrificed his own Venatori to it. A punishment for their failures. The Venatori who escaped scurried back to Deventer. If the Venatori move again, the Shadow Dragons will hear about it first. The Veil Jumpers will fight our own battles against the gods. Any help you can offer would be appreciated.
Okay, and that's going to complete Blood of Arlathan.
Might be a good time to see what Solus thinks of all this.
So everybody's bond is increased, and we've leveled up to level 46. So now we're going to start focusing up here. So the adrenaline effect now stacks up to 3 times. And this is really good because we can get adrenaline or extra damage through a couple of different ways now. Okay, so land consecutive hits without taking damage to enter a heightened state, increasing all damage dealt. And now it will stack up to 3 times. So as we are spamming our bow and landing consecutive hits without taking any damage, we can up our weapon damage by 30% max. Okay, then we're going to move into these here for attacks to activate adrenaline are now going to be reduced by 2, so we can get that plus 30% weapon damage faster. Gaining the adrenaline effect increases your health and momentum by 10%, both incredibly useful. And then lose only 1 adrenaline charge when you take damage. With any active charges, you take 40% less damage overall. So this is going to finish out the build here. We're going to have one more that we can drop in, and I think I know where we want to put it. It's going to be up here in one of these. I'm thinking right now it's Mighty Strike, because enemies are always going to be suffering from an affliction from necrosis with us. And then the strike abilities, which is what 1,000 cuts is, are going to deal 100% bonus stagger. So I think that's where we're going to end up landing, but we'll kind of see when we get there. So good. Balara's now leveled up. So for her, it's finishing out the end of this with Fade Bolts. So the 100% stagger is nice. And we'll do Power Surge. So for me, just going through and clearing out the weapons that we picked up and or upgraded. And the Antivan Parade Helm is going to be our final thing that we always use. We might end up switching out of Duelist Coat back into what we were in, but we'll kind of see. We'll kind of play this by ear as we go. And here are 2 rings we should be fine with. We're not going to focus or change out to Focus of the Veil. Necrotic weapons and necrotic damage, both things that are good for us. Or as this goes, we picked up Daze, which we can't see because of this tooltips. Stagger all enemies within 6 meters, which is really nice. Especially if you are at a low health and you have the ability to use takedowns to regain your health. You can drop yourself into multiple enemies, activate your ability wheel, trigger Daze. It's going to stagger all the enemies around you, and then you can just spam on keyboard, mouse and keyboard, you can spam the E key and just do takedown after takedown after takedown on them all and get your health back. So it is a really nice one to have, and something that I'm going to swap out Divert for. And we're going to remember that we have that, because it can be incredibly useful. And now coming back here, we'll take a look at our journal and kind of see where we are. So Words of the Wolf is the first one, and doesn't look like we have any conversations to have. However, we are going to have new quests available in the Necropolis Halls. So I think we're going to go do that. There are two quests that go along with this. And one of them is incredibly annoying. Let's go back first and see where we are on bond strength 7. So Nev, Tash, and Balara. So we'll take Tash and either Nev or Balara on this one. Doesn't really matter who we take. We'll take Nev. One of these is annoying as all get out, and that's the first one. The second one is not too bad, but this first one is incredibly annoying. I'll talk to you about it while we're going through it.
Our scrying has... We've traced several disappearances to an unusual possession.
It seeks fear. Cut it down.
And that's going to give us the next set of hauntings. Okay, and this first one is in the Hosberg wetlands. And like I say, this thing is very annoying. And I need to go look.
We've
how
got
much
company.
Momentum do we have? Okay, so we're at full momentum here.
Nice.
And you see how quickly we gained adrenaline? So that's what this... And now adrenaline, if we keep landing attacks, adrenaline is going to keep stacking up. There's just the second stack.
Lucky shot.
And now 3 stacks. So now we're at plus 30% weapon damage. So that's what that perk is now starting to do for us. So combining that with the ability to spam arrows without losing any is really, really beneficial. Okay, and now this haunting here, he moves around a lot. He's incredibly hard to pin down and get melee attacks on. So he also has a barrier which regenerates really, really fast. And you are constantly under attack by other darkspawn while you're going through this. He's going, whenever he moves, he's going to release a freezing orb that's going to track you. If you shoot the freezing orb, it drops his barrier down. Okay, it's something that isn't really told to you anywhere. But if you do that, you can knock his barrier down, and once his barrier is down, then it's never going to regenerate. And then you can go after his health, and that's where the necrosis is going to really help us contain this fight.
There. It's a haunting.
Okay, you see his barrier up there.
Eyes open.
Oh, who hit me? What just happened there? I got hit by like 5 people at once. Okay, and now we move and shoot the orbs. Oh, and I'm trapped in a corner.
Whenever you're ready.
Once you get his barrier down, like I say, it won't regenerate. And since he's so hard to pin down, so now we're at max necrosis stacks. Okay, so he disappeared again. There he is. So we should have time to throw weaken before I get hit with this. There we go.
Didn't even have a mouth.
Concentrate on him because once he's dead, all of his shades disappear as well. So I don't know what really happened over here at the start of that. I got hit by like 5 things all at once. So not entirely sure what that is, but that's going to upgrade all Mother's Cops. And this is your tool ability damage. And tool abilities gain added damage from necrotic weapons, which is nice. And if you are utilizing explosive trap up to this point, then this is a big boost in damage for explosive trap if you've got it on this build. I tend not to. I tend to focus it with Pilfer, but because Pilfer is not momentum based, it's just entirely on a cooldown. But the explosive trap here is also on a cooldown. So if you are playing with explosive trap here, then that necklace can be a good upgrade to this build. It's just not something that we tend to focus on ours. And I'm going to walk around here and see if I can get into another fight, because I want to get my momentum up to...
Get ready.
100%. There we go.
They're hitting us from there.
Okay.
Well, that's done.
So our momentum's up, so we should be good. I'm not too worried about not having full ultimate. I get that back quickly enough as it is. Never noticed this extra blight over here.
Let's finish this. Rook, nice one.
And our necrosis hits so hard. It just ticks for almost 1,000 damage every time. It's... Okay, so our next one, we need to go head back to the Necropolis Halls, and we'll pick up our second one. And this is actually going to be the last haunting. And this one isn't too bad. It's a little hectic and it's in a confined space, but it's not too bad.
I've heard.
We got rid of a haunting in the Hosberg wetlands.
Welcome news.
It will stalk the innocent no longer.
A malignant spirit has attached itself to an inanimate object.
It has already taken lives.
Dispose of it before it strikes again.
Okay, and this is going to complete feeling scared, and it's going to give us deadly playtime. And this one is in Docktown. And it's this beacon here. And we'll climb up the ladder and we'll be right there. As soon as you jump across there, you're going to run into it.
Is that a candle hop? It must be the haunting.
A rather threatening name. All of these hits are crits. So it's overwhelmed, so we're now going to detonate that. Man, look at all the stacks up there. Cold. We're just stacking up every affliction. Okay, so I need to get some momentum back. And there we go.
One less problem on my doorstep.
I like the little ones better.
Candlehop enchantments give them the lay of the city. If the spirit picked those up, made it easy to skulk around.
Okay, and that's an upgrade for the Watcher's Hold. Now, the Watcher's Hold, again, is a necrotic-based one, which is really nice. The plus 15% necrotic damage and the 150 necrotic damage in an area of use on potion use is really nice. It applies an additional necrosis stack on use is what really makes this more valuable. Losing the 25% advantage duration, we've already lost quite a bit of duration on our advantages. So for right now, we're going to leave this here. But eventually, once this is fully upgraded, we're going to swap out to the Watcher's Hold. Okay, so now we can go turn that in. While we're here, how about we go check in on the Black Emporium?
Has anyone been held accountable for the damage?
Prices are not negotiable. Do not taunt
Okay,
the
so we've got
monster beneath the
152.
floorboards. But we do accept returns.
So the Crow's Armlet is available to us here. Like I said, this is all the things that were in the Antiv & Crow's shop are now going to be available to us once we unlock the Black Emporium. For now, though, I'm not going to buy this. It's gold-based, which I don't really care. So let me look through the rest of these. Because we're going to end up coming back and getting all of these. It's the chilled one. That's the precision and momentum one. There's the electricity. And there's chilled. So yeah, there's... We will pick up all of our mementos though. Okay, so pick up an upgrade for that. I don't think that there's anything else that we want to pick up in particular here. I think we're going to wait. I am going to be buying most of these. We'll pick up the upgrade for Harding. I am going to be picking all of this stuff up at some point. Just so I have access to all of them from a build perspective. But for right now, I don't think there's anything else I'm going to want. Yeah, I'm not going to spend any of those legendary items to pick up etheric remnants. And one more thing I want to do. I've been using this appearance for a while. I think it's time I go back and embrace my Antivan Crow background here. And get this back to being who I am. And we'll leave the Orionized Talon. And we're fine with that. Not that I don't like the one that I had, I think it's just time for me to go switch back. Now let's head back to the Necropolis Halls, and we'll turn this quest in.
Congratulations are in order. There are no more hauntings of this magnitude to be dealt with.
You have done well.
Allow us to present you with a final token of our appreciation.
And this is going to get us... It spawns here. There it is, Death Rattle. Now, Death Rattle is interesting in that you gain precision when you reach low health. Precision hits now leech 100% while you have low health. So it's a way to get your health back very, very quickly, especially with a bow, if you are at low health and need to spam those attacks to get it back. It's automatically going to grant you precision, and while you have precision, 100% of that is leached back to you as health. So you can play around with this and see how it works. It's a very quick way to get your health back, assuming that you're able to make the hits to get it back. Oh yeah, Harding got her upgrade here. I don't think we're going to change Inquisition Spotters, her legendary armor. So we're not going to change that out either. Let's head back to the lighthouse. And we'll look at our map, and we're going to have everybody that wants to talk to us. Okay? These are all going to start companion quests again. Alright, but first we're going to go talk to Solus. That'll be the last thing that we do today, and then next week we will start off working through all of these companion quests. Because there are going to be a bunch of them.
The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good.
I do not know how you have found your dealings with the Dalish.
Whatever my frustrations with them, it was a privilege to be able to help our people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elganon was a reminder of simpler times.
You and Elganon were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elganon was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I've found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
The way the two of you argued, they didn't feel like enemies. They felt like family.
How so?
Family knows you better than anyone, and that can be good or bad.
I had not thought of it that way. But yes, we had centuries to stoke the fires of our hatred. I saw his rise to tyranny coming, and could not stop it. And he saw me disrupt his plans for dominion time and time again.
All right. I can see how you and Elganon would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
Let me guess. You tried to tell them what they were getting wrong, and they didn't believe you?
There are few things that frustrate me as much as ignorance. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And the Fade is the realm of dreams. Hard to present that as evidence.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
We would have had a hard time getting out of there without your help.
I did not spend this long preparing you only to lose you to Elganon's machinations. No, I am sorry. That was poorly said. You have earned better from me.
Okay.
When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing it, but being afraid to change. Elganon's pride is no greater than mine, but he denies any failure on his part, and I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I try to avoid entanglements.
What about the Inquisitor? Does she not count as a friend?
She does. One of several I grew fond of despite myself when I was with the Inquisition. There was also Cole, a spirit of compassion I helped adapt to our world. He was the only one who knew who I really was. I miss him a great deal. Josephine, the Inquisition's ambassador, was a bastion of kindness and decency in a world that looked down on elves and apostates. Even Cassandra Pendergast of the Order of the Seekers. She was what a believer should be. Faithful, practical, committed to serving, not ruling. I suppose I did bond with the Inquisition after all, as you have with your team.
Thank you for sharing that. So, what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elganon and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganon's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
So we've gained some grudging respect from Solas here. He's starting to realize that we're just the same as he was in the previous games.
So now Elganon's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elganon's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens. And it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
Okay. We always knew this was going to be hard, right? And yeah, maybe it's a little harder now. More than a little. But either we stop this, or all of Thedas falls. So we see it through. All the way. Because no one else is going to.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
So this is an interesting choice. I picked Ideas Anyone during mine. The Venatori, I'm interested in this selection here.
What about the Venatori that were at the crater? They might know where the gods are hiding.
Dorian said they were up to something, but it seemed more about returning to the gods' good graces. They lost Elganon's sacrifice. He'll be displeased.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And several storehouses worth of food, what little we had left. It's enough to feed the Antam Navy for 3 months. Or all of Treviso for 6 weeks.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting. At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
We've got options for what we do next. Figuring out where the Antam are taking those supplies should put us on the gods' trail. That said, the Venatori aren't up to anything good in Minrathous.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything she's been doing in the south, we owe her an update.
I'll let her know.
Today could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse. We fought off the Venatori and rescued the Dalish. That's a win by any standard. Rest up. and be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Okay, so that's going to get us a bunch of things. And now we have 2 additional quests that have spawned in here. So you can see we've got a lot to do here in the Lighthouse starting off next week. And that gets us the Legacies and Legends quest, which is the next one in our quest journal. So we're going to drop a save here. And that's going to give us a good point to end the live stream today. So, as always, thank you all very much for being here. As I've said multiple times, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying until next time.